Welcome back. So this lesson is going to show us how to create the Google My Business listing, okay? So for this, first things first, if you do not have a Gmail account, it does not have to be specifically for your business. It doesn't have to be Joe's Crab Shack at Gmail. It can be a Gmail that you use, but you need to have a Gmail account. So that's the one that we're going to be associating with the business profile. If you have a Gmail for your business, that's great. You can use your personal one too, as long as it's an account that you have access to, and that you'll be regularly monitoring while moving on with the profile. So if it's one that you already use frequently for business and or personal stuff, it's probably best to use that one. You can make a brand new Gmail account if you don't have one at all. But if you already have one, that's probably the best thing is to just use what you have. Okay, so in order to get started, if you have that, the other things that you'll need are obviously your business information. And there's a list of that in the frequently asked questions that was on the first video of this course. So feel free to refer to that or for the previous slides that show the information, but you'll see as we go along what information you're going to need. So just to preface, we're going to be going through this and showing you how to do it with a fake business that I don't have. This will show you the process and how to go through creating that. So if you open up a new internet window, what we're going to do is go to business.google.com. And this will be the Google Business Profile page. So from here, what you want to do is sign in. And so I've used this test email. So use whatever email we talked about earlier that you're going to be using for this business and sign in with that. All right, so you should see this. So first things first, find your business name. So let's say, I'm Todd's Tip Top Tree Removal. So that's my business name, okay? Right here, create a business with this name. So you're going to continue. It's going to ask you for your business type, okay? And so this is what we talked about a little bit earlier. Are you a completely online store? Are you a local brick and mortar store? Or are you a service business? So for this example, we're going to be a service business since we're going to be going to customers' houses, place of business to perform their tree service. So service business. Business category. So I'll provide a link to Google's site where they list all of the business categories so that you can have that as well. Sometimes it's just a little trial and error. But for this example, let's see, tree. So tree service. So that fits our business category. We're Todd's Tip Top Tree Service. So next. So this is what we talked about on the previous lesson of service areas. So this is where you're going to be able to capture a greater area of potential customers. And we're going to say, again, we're in the Dallas Metroplex. So we're going to obviously list Dallas, Texas, but we also go to Frisco, right? So we're going to hit Frisco, Texas. We also go to Fort Worth. We also go to Plano. And so basically you want to have in your mind, if you're a service area business that's going to reach customers, the geography that you want to reach. Because if you just list Dallas, Texas, and someone's searching from Frisco or Plano, and Google knows where they're located, you might not even show up since your service area didn't list those areas that you serve customers. So now that we've got our service areas clicked, we're going to hit next. What contact details do you want to show customers? So here's where you put your business phone number, okay? So not your personal cell phone unless that you use that for business. And website optional, we're going to leave this blank for now, but this is where you would put your website. So if we had one, toddstrees.com would go here, okay? It's not letting me put in the fake number. Let's see. All right, so put your business on the map. So here's where you can get some news and tips on how to improve it. If you're completely new to this, this would be a good thing to check. So you want Google to kind of let you know what changes have been made, anything that they can help you do to optimize your profile. So we're going to continue there. All right, and so this is where you're gonna have to enter your mailing address to verify your business, okay? We'll get into the verification process a little bit later, and there's different ways that Google verifies businesses, and I will also include a link of the different verification methods at the bottom of this video. So for example, we'll put in an address here. So street address, let's just say 477 Cedar Springs Road, Dallas, Texas. So next. This is where things, we're not going to be able to verify this because it's not a real business, but you can do a couple things. So if that's your business phone number that you have, you can get a phone code. Sometimes these will go through automatically. You can get an email code, which will send a code to the email address that is listed on your website. So many websites will have an email address listed there that Google is picking up, or you can skip it and record a video of your business. I would suggest not doing this. Sometimes they'll force you to do this, depending on what kind of business you're in. There's really no other options for this. So, for example, we are going to do this phone code, and this will basically allow you to text or call. We'll just hit text message. We're not going to get this. That's not a real phone number. But what would happen is they would send you a 6-digit code. You would hit verify, and then it would verify your business. So we're going to go back, change the option, and we're going to verify later. All right, that verification step, that's part that we might have to hop on a call if you're having trouble with it. Again, a percentage of the time it verifies with just a text or a phone call. Other times the email works fine. Sometimes there's a postcard method which allows them to send you, basically they'll send a postcard to your business address and it'll have a 6-digit code on there. You'll go back into to put that in to verify your business. Google does the verification to make sure that people aren't spamming the business profiles with non-existent businesses to muddy up the waters. And so if there's trouble verifying, there's ways to be able to do it, even if it comes down to basically having to take a video showing that your business is actually your business, right? In the example of Todd's Tree Service, Google would ask me to take a video showing my, for example, maybe the truck I use for work and a lot of the instruments or machines that I use for tree service to verify that I'm in fact a business owner that does tree service. So back to customizing the profile here, we're going to add your services. So it already has, excuse me, it already has a few selected: tree removal, tree stump removal, tree trimming. So if I do planting, I'll select that. If I do some stump grinding, I'll select that. You can add custom services. So let's say you do some landscaping as well. So we're going to add some landscaping there. Just hit add custom service. What else do we want to add? Dirt removal. Whatever custom services that aren't here, you can create your own. So once you have your services listed there, go to the next step here. And here's where you're going to add your hours. So this is pretty self-explanatory. You pick the hours that you're open. For this example, just to say, we're going to say we're only open Sunday for 24 hours. But this is where you put all of your business hours in there. And here is where we talked about messaging your customers. So this is something you have to decide as a business owner if it fits with your current business model and what you're offering, as well as your staffing, if you want to accept messengers. This is also a free service, but this allows you or staff members the ability to interact with customers directly from the app, which we'll show you later in the optimization. So that if I'm a customer and I see your business, I can say, hey, are you guys open for the 4th of July? Or, hey, do you have, if you're a restaurant, do you have the ability for large parties of 16? And it allows someone from your team to get back to them quickly rather than them hunting on your website or emailing or things like that. So for now, we're going to accept messages and we'll go to the next step here. So business description. This is also an important part. So this is 750 characters. So down here to show the character limit of what you can describe your business, okay? So this is also important in that Google uses this, as we mentioned, for website rankings and appearance on the search results. You want to have some good words in here that describe your business to A, let the customers know exactly what you do, but also B, let Google know that you should be presented higher in certain search results. So, for example, this is what you probably shouldn't put. We remove trees from Dallas, Texas. That's not helpful to anyone, right? You figure by the name of the business that they're a tree removal business. This is too brief. This doesn't tell customers anything, and this really doesn't tell Google anything. So what you want to do is something, what I like to do is kind of a brief description of, the business, what makes you unique, and then also some keywords, right? So at Todd's, we have been locally owned and operated for 25 years, serving the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex for all tree service needs. We specialize in tree removal, stump grinding, tree trimming for residential and commercial customers. We are licensed and insured, and quality is our core value. Right? I mean, I'm not going to spend a ton of time showing you, but you get the idea. This is, where you want to put the information that makes you stand out. If you offer anything unique that your competitors don't, try to throw it in here. The important thing is don't be so brief that it's not helpful to Google or your customers. Second most important thing is you need to get some keywords in here. So not just tree service, right? You notice we put in tree removal, we put in stump grinding, we put in tree trimming for residential and commercial customers. You can add something, for example, we added Frisco and Plano to the service area. So in this example, you can also say outside of Dallas proper, we also service neighboring suburbs, Plano and Frisco. So really just trying to get keywords in there to help customers, catch their attention, but also help Google know what you do, that it's not limited to just tree service, right? We listed those other things, and that's concordant with your service areas. So you talked about Plano Frisco here, you put Plano Frisco in your service area. If someone in Plano is searching for stump grinding, their algorithm has a higher likelihood of picking your Google business profile up and pushing it higher than it would if you didn't have these in here and if you didn't list Plano and Frisco in that service area, if that makes sense. So we'll go to next. So add photos of your work. So this is also important. So make sure that these photos are actually your photos. Don't go taking Googled photos off of here because they will screen those out. And so this can be examples of pre and post projects, examples of for example, of the tree, kind of what it looked like before versus after, a picture of your business truck showing and advertising your business name, things like that. And so you can add a bunch of photos here. You can always do this after the profile is created as well. So for now, we're going to skip this. We're going to skip this. This course is not going to go in how to advertise like we talked about. So we're not going to claim this credit. We're not going to talk about paid ads during this course. All right, so your edits will be visible once you're verified. All right, and so it'll bring you to this page. And here, if you click this edit profile, oops. So this shows kind of where we're at here. And so this shows what we put in, our service areas. We're closed right now, the phone number, website, etc. We're not verified yet because it's, it sent a code to that number that was fake. And so if you remember that first address that we went to, so if you go back to business.google.com, this will now be kind of where it shows, your business area. So if you're verified, it'll say that you're verified. If you're not, whether you're waiting on the code or the video, you'll have to check back here. They'll also email you and saying, if you're verified or if they need more information to verify you. And so that is the creation portion of the business profile. Again, the problem that's if anyone has a problem, it's going to be with the verification as far as either getting confused on which one to select or what to do if you're waiting for it. So again, many will get verified just by the phone call or text message. Another portion are going to be something like the email or the postcard, and a different portion, depending on the business. Again, I don't know the answers to this. Google has their own algorithms on how they decide kind of how to verify certain businesses. Some will be asked to verify via a video that you submit or kind of a live video to avoid people spamming those business profiles and ensure only legitimate businesses are listed. So bear with the process. That is probably the most tedious and difficult to really wrap your head around if you're not used to this kind of stuff, is the verification. So that's how you create the profile. And again, I'll list in the comments of this video, I will list the URL to get to the business homepage that we're at here. I'll also list the business categories and the verification methods, so you have access to all of those. The next session, we'll talk about optimizing each of these sections for the business itself.